American things Europeans think are weird.
Americans wear their shoes in the house. Yes, the same ones we walked around in all day. Many Europeans in other countries take their shoes off at home. And in Germany, they have special Hausschuhe, aka house shoes, that they wear just around the house. In the US, we work a lot. On average, we only get about 2 weeks paid vacation. I personally had only 5 days off on my first job, which in Europe, it varies, but many countries get a month off. In the United Kingdom, France, Spain, and Germany, they take the lead for the most days off. Money. In the US, cash is all the same shape, size, and color, which is green. While in Europe, it comes in all different colors and sizes, which also helps people immediately understand the difference. Also, some countries like Romania and the UK have plastic bills. Drinking. The drinking age in the US is 21, which is the highest in the world, while in most European countries it's 18, and in some countries it's even as low as 16 if it's enforced at all. Also, beer and wine is cheaper in Europe, and maybe a little better. In the US, the portion sizes are huge. You might be surprised at how big the portion you'll receive when you order a meal. It's also acceptable to take your leftovers home, while in some places in Europe, that's not typical. Also, if you haven't noticed, we fry everything. In America, we drive nearly everywhere, even really short distances, and sometimes even across the street. However, we also drive if it's super far away. Also, Europeans tend to say a location is blank kilometers away, while in America, we say it in hours. For example, we are 10 hours away from the beach. Most of the time at restaurants in the US, your server will hand you a bill, take your credit card, and walk to the back to charge it. In Europe, your server will charge your credit card right at the table. Also, most Nordic countries are almost all cashless, while some places like in Germany and Italy, they still heavily rely on cash. In America, we drive huge vehicles. Europeans tend to drive smaller, compact cars. Since European cities are more dense, the cars reflect that. While in the USA, we tend to think bigger is better and often prefer trucks and SUVs. Also, in the USA, gas is typically much cheaper. But overall, Europeans tend to be safer drivers than Americans. Eggs are refrigerated in the USA, but not Europe. In the United States, egg producers are required by law to wash the eggs in chlorinated water. This kills any bacteria that might be clinging to the shells. This also washes off the eggs' natural protection so that they might spoil more quickly if they're not refrigerated. In Europe, egg producers do not wash this off, and so they are safe to store unrefrigerated until used. But both cultures decorate eggs at Easter. Americans like a lot of ice in their drinks, and the rest of the world really doesn't do this. In Europe, you have to ask for ice most of the time, and usually it's just a couple of cubes. We like our drinks cold, and we'd like a refill, please. Americans love small talk. Perfect strangers might ask you how you're doing or comment on the weather. Typically, the further south you get in the US, the more small talk, darling. Bathrooms. And by bathrooms, what we mean is toilets. American bathrooms are what we call them. But what's weird is that bathrooms in the US often have wide gaps. Why? Well, no one knows.